Hello everyone, welcome to Business Statistics 1 class. So in the previous video we had completed the first unit. So in today's video we will see the third unit, that is univariate data analysis. We will study the second unit at the last. So in the third unit we will be studying about the partition values and quartiles, deciles and quartile deviation and so on. So to study all that you require to know what is mean, median, mode or measures of central tendencies. So in today's class we'll look into central tendency. The property of concentration of observations around a central value is called as central tendency. So central tendency is a representative of entire data and it lies between the center of the given data. So in many of the cases you might have heard that the average weight of a newly born baby is 3 kgs. So it means that you have 10 weights of newly born baby and all the 10 observations are near to 3 kg. So some weights may be of 2 kgs or 1.5 or 4 kgs. So here the average weight of a newborn baby is 3 kg is nothing but the central value. So it is used for a better representation and understanding. So generally a simple comparison of frequency distribution is done by comparing their measures of central tendency, and based on the criterion of fixation of central value there are 5 important measures of central tendencies or types of central tendencies. There are arithmetic mean known as AM or mean, the second one is median, third one is mode, fourth one is geometric mean, and the last one is harmonic mean. So depending upon the need and nature of the study, appropriate measure is chosen. So measure of central tendency is considered to be good if it has the following qualities. That is, an average is said to be good if it is easy to understand and simple to calculate. It should be rigidly defined. Rigidly defined is in the sense it should be defined with some correct mathematical expressions. The third quality is it should be based on all the values, not affected by the abnormal extreme values. It should be capable of further algebraic treatment, and the last quality is it should be stable, that is sampling fluctuations is very minimum. So now let's see the first measure, that is arithmetic mean. So arithmetic mean of a set of values is obtained by dividing the sum of values by the number of values in the set. So this means if you have 10 observations, so you have to add all the 10 observations divided by 10, that is the number of observations. So here you can see if x1, x2, x3 up to so on till xn are n observations, then the arithmetic mean, so arithmetic mean is represented by x bar. So the arithmetic mean x bar is equal to sum of the values upon number of values. So here the sum of values means x1 plus x2 plus x3 up to so on till xn divided by there are n observations. So you have the ratio of sum of the values upon n. So this summation can be written as summation of x. So the summation runs from 1 to n. So this term denotes this step, that is x1 plus x2 up to so on till xn. Instead of writing this you can write it as summation of x. So the mean is nothing but summation of x by n. So this is for the raw data. Let us see an example. Let us calculate arithmetic mean of the observation 10, 20, 15, 25, 30, 45. So I have taken a general example. So you may get questions like calculate the marks of 6 students in a subject and their marks is 10, 20, 15, 25, 30, 45. So they may ask some day-to-day life questions. So I have taken a general question. So when you have a raw data, what you have to do is, the formula is summation x upon n. So here summation x means you have to add all the data. So when you add, that is 10 plus 20 up to so on till 45, this is equal to 145, and you can see there are 6 observations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here n is 6, the mean will be 145 upon 6, which is nothing but 24.1667. So this is the mean for a given raw data. So in the next case is for discrete case. If the observations x1, x2, x3 up to so on till xn have frequencies f1, f2, f3 up to so on till fm, the arithmetic mean, that is x bar, is equal to f1 into x1 plus f2 into x2 up to so on till fn into xn whole divided by f1 plus f2 up to so on till fn. So in general it can be written as summation fx upon n. So this is the mean in case of discrete case. So let us see an example. Calculate arithmetic mean. So here the data is x and f. Again here x can be the marks and f can be the frequency. So as you can see, this data is like how many there are 7 students who have scored 5 marks. So this we had seen in the frequency distribution class. Okay, now the data is x and f. The x values are 5, 8, 12, 15, 18 and 20, and the frequencies are 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So this is a discrete case. So in discrete case, you can see the formula for mean is summation fx upon n, where n is sum of the frequencies. So here in the solution, make a table. In the first column you have to write the x values that is given and the f values. So you have to add these values to get n. N is nothing but summation of f, that is 7 plus 6 plus 5 up to 2, you will get it as 27. So once you are done with this, the next step, you have to make a column of fx. So fx you will get it by multiplying x and f, that is 5 7s are 35, 8 6 are 48. Similarly for all the values, and the last value is 20 into 2 is 40. So this is how you have to get f into x, and summation fx means you have to add all these values. So once you add, you will get the value as 297. Therefore the mean would be summation fx upon n. Here summation fx is 297 and n is 27. Therefore the mean is 11. So this can be interpreted as the average marks scored by 27 students is 11. So this is how you calculate mean for the discrete case. Now let's see for the continuous case. So for continuous case you can use two methods, that is direct method and the deviation method. So you use deviation method for a faster calculation, and it makes easy to calculate some of the complex data. So let's see with an example. Before that, for direct method, for a given observation, in continuous case we will be having class intervals. So the first step would be you have to find the mid values. So we had seen in the frequency distribution class how to calculate the mid values, that is lower limit plus upper limit whole divided by 2. And the next step is mean. So here the mean is the same as in the discrete case, that is summation fx upon n. So this is for the direct method. In case of deviation method, the first step is the same to find the mid values, that is x of a given class interval, and then you have to change x to u, where u is nothing but x minus a upon h, where a is the assumed mean and h is the size of the class. And here the mean is given by x bar is equal to a plus summation of f u whole divided by n into h. So here u is calculated with the help of the formula x minus a upon h, where a is the assumed mean and h is the size of the class interval. So let's see an example. Find the mean of the following data. So here you can see this is a continuous case. Here the class intervals are given from the first class interval as 10 to 20 up to 60 to 70, and these are the frequencies. So this is an exclusive type of data. So first let's calculate using the direct method. So the first step is to find out the capital N, that is the sum of frequencies. So when you add, you will get it as 45. So the next step is to find the mid values. So here you can see the first class interval is 10 to 20. So how to calculate the mid value is the lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So which is nothing but 30 divided by 2, which is 15. So the first mid value is 15. So similarly calculate the mid values for the remaining class, that is 20 to 30 the mid value is 25, 30 to 40 the mid value is 35, up to so on. For the class 60 to 70 the mid value is 65. So once you are done with the mid values, the next step is to find f into x, that is frequency multiplied by the mid values. So you have to multiply these two columns, that is 8 into 15 is 120. So similarly for all these values you will get the fx, and you have to calculate summation fx, that is you have to add all these values. Here in this case summation fx is 1695, and capital N, that is number of frequencies, is 45. Therefore the mean would be summation fx upon n, that is summation fx is 1695 upon 45. Therefore the mean is 37.667. So for the same example, let's see how the deviation method works. So for the assumed mean, you can choose any value from the mid values. So here I have taken 35 to be my mid value. You can choose any of the value. You can choose even 55 as your A, or even 25. So it depends. You can choose any value. So here I have chosen A as 36 and h, that is size of the class, is 10. How you find out the size is 20, that is upper limit minus lower limit. So here 20 minus 10, there are 10 observations. So the size is 10. So here in this method The first two steps is same. Write the class intervals, write the frequencies, find out n, that is summation of all the frequencies. The next step is find the mid values. Using the same method you have to find the mid values, and then you have to choose a mean, assumed mean. So here I have taken it as 35. The next step would be convert x to u. So how we are going to convert? Using the formula x minus a upon h. So here in the first class interval, the mid value is 15, that is x is 15. A is assumed mean, that is 35 divided by 10, that is size. So when you simplify, you will get the answer as minus 2. Similarly, for this cell you have to calculate using the same formula, that is 25 minus 35 divided by 10, you will get minus 1. Then 35 minus 35 is 0, so you will get this term as 0. So 45 minus 35 is 10, so 10 divided by 10 is 1. So similarly you will get these values. So this is how you obtain the u. And once you get this column, the next step would be finding out f into u. So how we are going to do is multiply the frequency term. Here the frequency is 8 with the u, that is 8 into minus 2 is 16, 9 into minus 1 is minus 9, 10 into 0 is 0. So similarly 6 into 3 is 18. And the next step would be to calculate summation f into u, that is you have to add all these values. So you will get the answer as 12. And to calculate mean, the formula is x bar is equal to a plus summation fu upon n into h. Here our a is nothing but 35, summation of fu is 12, and capital N is 45, h is 10. So when you simplify this term, you will get it as 2.667 plus 35 is nothing but 37.667. So you can see in both the cases, that is direct and deviation method, you have got the same answer for the mean. So you can use deviation method to make your calculations easier. As you can see, so multiplying the frequencies with the u values is easy because it is simple numbers, that is 2, 1, 0, 3. So you can manually calculate those values compared to these fx values. So there are 3 digits numbers. So that is why you can use deviation method. So that's it for today's class. In tomorrow's class, we will see some more problems related to arithmetic mean. Thank you.